Hello and welcome to the TMC Newsroom. My name is Rich Tehrani. Thanks for watching. We're coming to you from Interop 2011 in Las Vegas. On our program is Nguyen. He's the manager of business networking products at Zyxel. Hello.
Hi, how are you doing?
Good, thanks for being here.
Yeah, it's great to be here.
So tell us a little bit about your company, what you guys are up to.
Yeah, Zyxel has always been around, for the last 20 years. I'm doing a lot of internet networking connectivity, especially for the service provider business. That was primarily the focus, especially worldwide. It's a $500 million company now, and a lot of people don't expect that. But one of the things that we're doing in the channel side of the business is, we're really doing an initiative towards cloud management, focused on the SMB. A lot of the, enterprise features and functions now are being enjoyed by the enterprise class people. A lot of the SMB is getting ignored. So that's where our niche has always been, is in the SMB market, under 500 users.
Sure.
And Zyxel is focused on security, wireless, and switches, for the SMB primarily. Even though we'd also have, consumer products and also the ISP play as well. But this is where our main focus is. We think that's where the niche is to those guys that are being ignored right now. So part of our cloud initiative is we partnered with Cloud Command from Power Cloud Systems. And basically we've integrated their technology into one of our access points. It's called the NWA 1100N-CE. So basically it's a cloud-enabled managed AP that can be used in all sorts of different applications and can be scalable, managementally scalable from one AP to thousands of AP from a single interface. So kind of the advantage of that is not only do the end users can enjoy, let's say, a small business themselves, but also targeted for a small, a VAR partner or small ISPs that can provide a managed service and be able to manage, hundreds or thousands of individual customers from a single interface and offer all sorts of applications on that cloud layer. A lot of the functionalities in an access point or in a lot of the networking devices are kind of already inherited inside the system, but there's kind of a hard way to kind of manage it. You have to actually go to a web GUI, you have to actually log into the devices to do a lot of the functions that are there, to configure them and make them useful. Importing all that information into the cloud and managing it from the cloud allows for you to do a lot of different applications, like being able to control who has access to the network from that interface, and not necessarily having to know how to do it directly on that access point. So let's say, for example, you went to a hotel, you decided to log in to get to the internet. From an IT management standpoint, I could see that you've been trying to get on,
right,
and be able to allow or deny, and then by doing that in the cloud, it will actually tell the access points that are inside that hotel, whether to allow you or deny you.
Right.
So that's just kind of one small example.
Sure.
To do in kind of a hospitality environment.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Now it's a competitive space. I'm curious, how do you differentiate yourself against some of the other players?
Obviously, we've always been disruptive, I guess, in the sense where we are very price competitive, and we're offering a solution that is, very enterprise level down to a SMB. That's always been kind of our motto, is bringing the enterprise to the SMB. So we've done that with UTM products from a security level, doing that with switches and a lot of the 10G networking and all that kind of stuff for the SMB market. Now we're doing that for wireless. That's kind of the biggest challenge has always been, is how do I manage without having to buy a separate piece of hardware to do the AP management, or have to buy a separate software that I have to install on a server at the location to do the management. We've taken it now to a cloud-based management system. Allows you to scale from those few devices all the way to thousands of devices. So I think that's where our edge is that we have the ability to customize, reporting, we're customizing kind of applications, like I mentioned, the hospitality kind of functionality to that kind of level for different partners, especially if they're doing, large projects and things like that. We can actually work with them to do that.
And how large is the product line now?
Right now we've started with the wireless AP. This is our first product in our initiative. We're obviously expanding it to multiple other products across the different types of networking devices, so they can all be managed within that same kind of infrastructure. But the product line itself is quite large. We currently have about 300 active SKUs for the SMB market, ranging from all the different types of switches, all the different security appliances,
sure,
and access points. So different types of flavors for all those kinds of networking needs.
Now, are your customers asking about cloud-based solutions, or is it something that you're being proactive with?
It's kind of being more like proactive. It's kind of surprisingly at Interop, there's a whole section now on cloud enabled or cloud managed, or everybody's talking about taking things to the cloud. And we definitely see that as the trend, because everybody's been looking at a way to manage devices already, and they're doing it the old way, where they're having to log into individual devices. Now within the cloud, you're able to do configurations beforehand and be able to send a maybe less technical installer to do the installation. Basically, they just have to get it onto the internet, and then based on the cloud configuration, will be all pushed down to that device. And we see that always been a demand of our partners, is how do I manage all these different networks for all these different devices, and within that network, do you guys have a solution for that? And I think this is one of our first steps, first major step into that realm.
Now, looking out into the next year or so, are there new areas that you're going to be getting into that we should know about?
Right now, this is probably the new area that we're going to mainly focus on and really push towards. I think especially with all the services that are out there, partners are really struggling just from a hardware standpoint. How do I make money on just selling hardware? A few years ago, it was always 70% of the money they made was hardware, 20% services, and it's obviously flipped now. There's not much, especially competition online, e-tailers and like that. They've definitely had a hard time making money off of selling hardware. So this is where we've offered this kind of platform that offers a recurring revenue stream, management, and be able to offer that service to their end customers. That's from a partner standpoint.
Excellent. Well, thanks for being on the program.
Yeah,
Great to meet
absolutely.
you.
Thank you.
Pleasure.
Yeah.